Did you know inside of you that you were gonna paint?
No, not at all. Like I wasn't gonna go to school. I took like 6 months off after I graduated just to kind of feel my way around like what it was I actually wanted to do. I didn't think I could afford school, but thank goodness for scholarships. But yeah, I really didn't know what my plans were, and I wasn't totally into the artwork. Like I'd won a couple like competitions in high school and stuff like that, and I knew like surrealism was kind of something that always kind of
stood out to you.
Yeah, it always helped me sort of get through high school, but yeah, I really had no idea I was going to make it this far. I want to kind of incorporate that whole idea, because that's been the theme this past couple of months, this whole summer. It's been just how people take from things like what they can identify with, but sometimes they sort of leave out like the rest, like the personal stuff that maybe I put into the painting in the first place.
Moira Villiard graduated from Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College and is currently a student at the University of Wisconsin-Superior.
I was born in Duluth, Minnesota, and I grew up on the res in Cloquet. I grew up as technically the oldest sibling with my little sister, but I have 7 step-siblings that are kind of scattered across. Like one lives in North Carolina and another in Michigan, and then there's a couple who live here in Minnesota who I have yet to meet. Most of them I have yet to meet. But I just recently met my sisters, or reconnected with them at my first show. Well, I started off going to the Fond du Lac Tribal School when I was younger, and I had a very small class, a very small group of friends, and I ended up going to public schools around 4th grade. I would say the first like major thing I think was switching from the Ojibwe school to public schools, because that was a completely different experience for me. Like I suddenly realized that not everybody's Native American or just like this one sort of culture, and it was totally different not having like the drum ceremonies in the morning or things like that. And they actually they put you in like the Indian education groups or whatever, so you're with a couple of the other Native kids, and it's just, it was really weird for me, and I didn't understand it for a really long time. Like I've been, like academics never came difficult for me, but it was just kind of adapting to that new social group that took me probably 4 years to get used to.
In 2010, Mary had a seizure that would leave a profound impact on her and her painting.
I had a seizure in 2010, like an occipital seizure. Kind of like what I saw within that seizure has been kind of a motivation for a lot of the colors I use in my paintings, oddly enough. Yeah, but that I always kind of reflect on. It's not like it was it wasn't really too big of a deal. It just kind of put me out of it for a couple weeks, but it's just kind of always been something that I remember every once in a while. I'm like, wow, that had kind of a profound impact. I don't think I would paint like I do had I not seen all those colors the way they were.
Wow.
Making art accessible and interactive is a major part of her philosophy, as well as something she describes as pluralism.
I think it's kind of a philosophy I've developed over time. Like, I guess art obviously has been a major thing in helping me out, because like the whole process of making a piece, like you can make so many mistakes along the way, but just knowing that you can always fix it some way and it's not going to be terrible or just not up to par for you, there's always a way around it. Like, just kind of, I don't know, I have a belief in pluralism, just there's different roads to take to get to the same destination, so I guess kind of just,
So that's the key philosophy there.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I share like I share all those progress photos of myself on Facebook or whatever. It's because I want people to see like the early stages. They're just terrible. Like Tupac, I moved his eye like 3 inches over. I mean, I make a whole lot of mistakes, but in the end, it always turns out
pretty good.
Yeah.
Moira Villiard, founder of Art de Miri, is an independent traditional artist, muralist, hobbyist writer, designer, and aspiring filmmaker. She simply hopes to better the world through these niches.
Like a lot of the work I do kind of is based off of like indigenous culture, like the things I learned when I was younger, when I was going to the tribal school. But you wouldn't guess that ever by looking at it, but it's there, it's just kind of hidden. All along I haven't really known where like anything's gonna lead. I started seriously painting probably like December 2012, and it was basically me just kind of dabbling in surrealism and portraiture and seeing what I could do. And then this past year, going to Fond du Lac, meeting a whole lot of new friends and people with different stories has kind of inspired me to start a whole new chapter in painting.